Hi, good evening. Thanks for joining. Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining. Welcome, 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 welcome. Um, Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining. Can you touch it back? Hold on for me. Sorry, I'm trying to test run this stuff. Okay, I think it's better here. What will I do? Can you if do? I'm trying to log in on Instagram too, so I can have all of these things because it is important to have everything done. Okay, I think it is better like that. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining. Uh, okay, so we're live on Instagram, we're live on Facebook, we are live on YouTube, and we are live on Twitter all at the same time. So, good evening to everyone. Thanks for joining in today. My name is Victor King, and I'm privileged to be your host today. It's been a while, right? It's been an eventful weekend for me, and can you all hear me audibly? I want to make sure that everybody can hear me. Okay. Instagram, can you hear me? All right. Good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing? And Merry Christmas, House of TMS. Uh, Thanks for joining. I spent this whole week to appreciate people who have made this 2021 an amazing year. I call it the appreciation week for me. And it is important because you see there's so much negativity in the air and people don't bad news is good news, and we seems to give attention and give audience to things that have no significant importance in our life, and we seems to forget or get too familiar with each other, and we don't acknowledge and appreciate people who are part of our life and who have some significance, importance, or some, no matter how little it is, contributions to what makes us, who we are. And I've been, hey, Mr. Kunle Olasoju, where have you been? And to that effect, I've been spending this week just, as we wrap up the year, I appreciate people. And I want to say once again that the highly prolific, highly profound as of TMS, I want to thank you very much. People don't know how much you're special. For me, everybody know I'm a jerk when it comes to this old drama on Facebook. I can't stand it. Me will fall by now. Everybody won't get me will fall, but to buy for my fuck or to buy wow my jail. But I want as much as possible to just be at peace with everyone. I believe that there is much more we can do with peace than the damage we can cause with hatred and bigotry. And that's my standpoint of view. And I believe that love can change so many things. I believe that people should be given opportunities to prove themselves, either good or bad. But you see, that's my position. I can't change anything. The old drama online, and especially Facebook, has been from the days of Adam and Eve. So I don't have the energy for it. But I don't judge those who are in it. Especially a couple of people who can profit from it. Why not? And for me, I really respect so much the energy of, Madam Dorcas Adeyinka, because they know for a fact that I don't share those philosophy and I don't want to be part of it for my own sanity's sake. So I really don't face into all of those things. But despite that fact, she know for a fact, I've heard from everywhere, this team and that team, and I'm a friend to everybody. Tobati Yagwiri. But she stood her ground and she has been nothing but amazing to me. She will always join us. She will share my show. Even though our own show, Oman Babales was so me will share, Kimalo Daron. Not because I don't love her, but because I don't want to be clustered into it. They won't come for her, it's me that they will come for. And she will even tell me, she will say, Mr. King, motivation showing like. But the love that she has extended to me is unparalleled. I don't care who like her, who hate her. Fuck it. I love her. She's been amazing. And again, I just want to say thank you to you for such an amazing soul that you choose to be. You are special. And I just want you to know that I appreciate you. Thank you very much. 2021 has been sweet because you are there. People don't know how much we have to talk on closed doors, behind doors. Many times that I have to come and say, hey, Joe, ceasefire. And she'll say, no way, just stay out of it, leave me. And eventually I would just see her that maybe she pull it down or she would just stop. I appreciate it. I've not been saying so much about it. I might not say it every time, but I appreciate it. Think about respecting him. You should celebrate and respect them in returns. I appreciate it, and I just want to say thank you to you. And in extension, I want to thank every one of you who have been on this platform, who have been consistently following us. There's no reason why I should be coming here without you guys. There's no reason why I should come and do a live show. Especially when you know clear for a fact that I don't even profit from it. Hey, if I see money here, I will take it. But I don't profit from it, unfortunately. And I don't have such energy to put into social media enough for me to be making profit from it. And the guys will teach I see that one. You know how many times the guys will call me and she will say, Mr. King, do something. I'll be selling something. You can't just be talking for free. You are putting so much energy. Even those days when we used to have crowd here, she's so much interested in me doing well, but I don't have that kind of energy. I'm not a business person, I'm a professional, mo gbà ọ̀lẹ ni mímì ṣe gbàgbós mi ò ṣe get out èmi ò lẹ́mìí àwọn dọ́kà àwọn gbéṣù mi èmi ò gbéṣù mi. I don't profit from it. So anytime you see me here, it's because of the heart for the people and the concern. I have my own ballet. When I have a heart for people, and God has brought me to so many circumstances in life that I feel that it can be instrumental to somebody else growing. Even if I don't know how you can succeed, either in your profession or your endeavors or your relationship, at least I know how you cannot fail. Because I've been there, I've failed in a couple of things in life. And I just wish that people might not tread the path that I've tread. You understand? It's just the passion for people and passion to see people grow that brought me here. But I would not be here if you are not here. My few 30, 50, 100 people watching, I appreciate every one of you. The days that then come back Shibi wearing that's I appreciate you too. So people will come and say, hey, you don't do violence. That's why we don't watch your show. We like you, but we can't watch your show. You speak too much English. Those of you who is accepting my English like that, Thank you. All through the year. This is the most boring show to watch ever. But you guys still stick around. I want to say thank you to every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We've grew sporadically this year. The growth has been phenomenal, and it's just because of every one of you. Your share, your likes, your comment. As few as small as you think this platform is, we have better growth than some big platform. Trust me. Facebook gives us statistics so you can see the influence that we are making on this small platform is very unbelievable. Bá a ṣe kọ̀ yìí, tán bá ti sọ gbogbo nǹkan tán ní sọ tán, tàbá máa sọ tí wàá lè báyìí, ó máa ń fún wọn problem, everywhere máa mean, you know. But because èrò yàtọ̀ sí èèyàn, and this you people make me realize that èrò kò yàtọ̀ sí èèyàn. The few people who have been consistent on this platform, they are very strong and hardened followers that your little voice is making much impact. And I just want to say thank you to every one of you. God bless you. God will announce you in whatever endeavors you do. I just feel like it is expedient to take time out to appreciate each and every one of you. You're amazing, you're sweet, you're special. God bless you. We are going to be better in 2022. You will be better in everything you do. You will be bigger, you will be stronger. In this new year, you will suffer no loss, and God will multiply you on every side. My prayer and my joy is that you increase on a daily basis. Every time I will hear from any one of you, it will be good news. This, my hair that you are seeing like this, is only meant for good news. And that's the only thing that I will hear from you. Lágbára Ọlọ́run. Now, having said that, let's go straight to business. For a couple of days now, I've been struggling so hard. No, I've reduced. If people see that I've reduced English now, I will see that I'm like, báwo ni wọ́n ṣe sọ pé I'm speaking big English? What can I do? I mean, I understand Yoruba. You already know that I speak Yoruba, but tí bá ń serious, Yoruba ò kí ń wá sí mi lẹ́nu. Ṣé you understand? Kò kí ń flow. So I have to begin to mind my grammars, and people say, imagine somebody texts me and say, I like your show, but your English is too much. That's why I don't watch it. If people are crazy. But I've tried as much as possible to tone down, you know. So I don't speak the English. I speak small. Yeah, can do back of a you. I can't call it back now. BJ, you can do me that. Okay, let's get straight to business. For about a week now, I've been struggling so hard. I make a couple of updates, yeah, but I've been resisting the urge to say anything or voice an opinion over this whole saga of the royal marriage, the old crisis in the marriage of the Oni of Ife. It's something that I've resisted the urge to say anything, you know, verbally or do a show. I don't like to follow crowd. Everybody is doing a show and they're talking about it. And of course, that's not what we are here to do. I will just say a couple of things and then we move on to business. It is something that I've resisted to speak on for just one reason. And the reason is this. When it comes to family matters, it is a very sensitive issue that in tí ò bá fẹ́ ṣe long should be careful how you voice an opinion about it. Family matter is there are issues that, number one, especially when it comes to the issue of divorce and separation, you should be extremely careful because, see, I want everybody to note this, that there is nobody, no matter how crazy, that is in his right senses that will willingly want to walk out of a marriage that she once admire and adore. There is nobody at all that will want to joyfully walk out of a marriage. This is something that they once cherished. This is the best thing that happened to them at some point. I don't know anybody that want to just wake up one day and just say, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. So at every divorce that you see, it is something that bitters the heart of either one party or both, most likely both. I equally want to emphasize that you see, when you are addressing the issue of divorce of two couples, believe me, there is no right or wrong. To every separated relationship, to every relationship that goes sour, there is a portion of blame that is owned by both parties, except they don't want to be realistic with themselves. Both parties will carry a level of blame. You can't really blame one for the other. It's always been like that. It is wrong for, so it's a sensitive matter that you have to tread softly to address. And because this is somebody's life, especially from a royal family, a family that's supposed to be respected and dignified. So personally, I wasn't interested in addressing anything. But I haven't seen the whole narrative that precedes the announcement by the highly respected and beautiful Queen of Oni of Ife. After the whole thing breaks out, looking at the preceding actions, the preceding issues, and things that has unfolded, and details that were coming out, I begin to feel a sense of concern for precedent's sake, for posterity's sake. Say one or two things, which I'm going to voice out, and I want you to listen to me closely, because the future will have it down. It is a shame. It is highly ridiculous. It is unfortunate that the marriage of the High Monarch, paramount ruler of Yoruba land, the old new Risha of Ife land, what do they call it? Alashe Kejosha. That it is the marriage of such highly exalted monarch that will become a topic of discussion in the mouth of every Tom, Dick, and Harry. It becomes a subject of discourse and an object of ridicule and disdain in the mouth of those people who should ordinarily not even breathe where the king is talking. It's highly unfortunate. But Togiri Obalano, Alangba Okinwo, and that's going to be the subject of my talk. Togiri Obalano, Alangba Kiwo. Òun ló fa irú rádaràda tó ń gùn ọ̀nà online yìí. Okay, so I want to say couple of things. Last week, the Queen made an announcement on, is it Instagram or Facebook, and talks about, okay, she will no longer be addressed as the Queen of Ife, and she's moving on and all of that. And she made some very salient facts without any form of bigotry, without apportioning any blame, without saying this is what led to it, without insulting the king or anyone in particular. She just said she wants to move on for her own sanity's sake, for personal reasons, and this and this. And she makes sure that she clarifies some things which has been on ground, ongoing. Okay, well, the misconception about I met the king through one prophet in London is not true, and this and that. No, and there's no element of bitterness or. And the last time I checked, there is freedom of association. She has a right to do so. And then after that, there have been so many opinions and so many uprisings. First of all, is that why will she come online and talk about her marriage? Even if she want to move on, if she want to quit, she can just easily walk away. Let's start from there. May I say very profoundly that the queen was not the first person to talk about this divorce online. If you are very active online, you must have known that at least two speakers have addressed this a week before she made her updates. And these are people who claim that they are proximate to the palace, meaning that there are people in the palace who are very, very active in social media, bro. Matter of fact, let me say it in another way. There are people in the palace, particularly women, who are very active in fracas, in Facebook media, in blogging. Because evidently, there have been information spreading out, and so many speakers have said so many things all on before now about this marriage before the queen. So many people are saying, why did she come online to talk about it? She could have just silently walk away. Two things I would want to say. First of all, she's not the first person to talk about this issue in their marriage online. Some speakers have already been saying that, oh, you think other people can say it, but she can't say it. Is that what you're saying? Now, I want to say before I continue what I'm saying that I'm not taking side with any, not with the king, not with the queen. But let me say emphatically that whatever I'm saying, my objective is that it's coming from the angle of pain that I wish it never happened, and I really, really desire that they fix this mess because it is not good for the king, it is not good for the queen. This is an embarrassment, it is a shame to the reality as a whole that they have subjected themselves to analysis of all these nuisances. Now talking 90% of those condemning this whole thing and talking rubbish don't even have a home. And it is the highly exalted monarch marriage that has become now a subject to discourse. And everybody is sounding as if they are the next king to the king. They are the next son to the king. I have reliable source straight from the king palace. Straight. And with forces, videos, voice note are coming from the palace. So I want to say that there are Ogbontarigi fracas member in the palace of Oni of Ife. And may I say emphatically, but that they have said these things before she even made the announcements. So I would want to believe that she saw what is going to happen and she decided to tell her story herself. She saw the hand and she decided to tell her story herself. Now, that might not be the best action to everybody, but I want you to know, please write this down or keep it to heart. Don't blame people for their actions when you don't know their reasons. It might not be the best thing to do, but it's the right. It might not be the right thing to do, but it's the best thing for her at the time. If she feels that telling her stories is right for her, that's the best thing for her to do. So don't blame people for their actions when you don't know their reasons. It might not be adequately 100% right, but it is best in our own interest. Somebody said, but she mentioned that the king is not the same person that appears to public to be. That is not about kings right there. Well, guess what? She's the queen who have lived with this man. Wait, do you really think that the king will be the same person that we see outside to Naomi? That's normal. None of us have seen his nudity. Maybe some, but to a larger number of us have not seen him in and out. She did. So saying she's not the same person, I'll be like, Naomi, she's not supposed to be the same person. We are not screwing him. You are. You understand? So that's not even a statement. She's not supposed to be the same person to us. And that doesn't demean the king. That is just normal. People live a social life. And we know for a fact that the king is a socialite. You know, he's a socialite. He's a socialite. This. How many of you married women here think that your husband is the same person to you as the same person to people outside? Some of you, you are shocked when you see your husband in church. You'll be like, when you see your husband among his friends in family meetings. In fact, some of you feel that your husband is stingy. But when you see the way he spend money and become generous outside, does it not bother you? Yeah. So it's normal. It's normal. It's very normal. That's a typical women experience with their husband. So it's not a big deal. I don't think anybody want to take offense to that. It's because, hear me, they're becoming sensitive and paranoid, and that's a problem. May I say emphatically that I want to credit and give a kudos to Oni of Ife himself and the official administrative of the palace for holding their peace and sanity up until this time. Because up to now, there have not been a press release, nor a formal statement, nor an informal statement from the palace, which is very good for them. I want to give a very big kudos to the Queen too, because apart from our official statement, which is clean, as far as I'm concerned, despite the fact of the level of assaults, allegations, and accusations and speculations that has been levied against her and her family, she or any of her family have not said one word. Na hero na be. I don't know if my family can stand that. You guys remember Totondike and Mbodi Popo, or whatever the name of that idiot is. You know that the thing was coming out like the Jekadi every morning. Another one. Voice notes, talk, posts. The more they talk, the dirtier it becomes. So I appreciate the fact that they are holding their peace, and the king, as the king, and his own team, as officially from the palace, has held their peace, and they are not making any statement to make the situation more dirty. However, may I say that thunder will fire all those bastards that they think that they have access to the throne, and they are talking nonsense everywhere. All those unfortunate human beings that cannot keep a home to themselves, and they have been running their mouth speaking on behalf of the king. May I say that everybody who think in their head that they are defending the king all along have completely disrespected the king more than they have disrespected the queen. It's unfortunate that in their quest of thinking they are speaking on behalf of the king or making a defense for the king, they are actually ridiculing this man, reducing him to nothing in their foolish and stupid defense. Because I think it is disrespectful. Me as a man, if I have issue with somebody and I'm not talking, and you think you are my child, you now jump outside to go and fight, I will break your head, because that's a disrespect. Do they really think that the king is stupid for not talking? Because it is highly disrespectful. It is a shame. And this is one of the problems I have with our highly respected monarch. They're making these issues outside and making it look as if Oni of Ife is a victim. No. This is the paramount ruler of Yoruba land. This is the Oni of Ife. This is the Oni of Ife right here. And excuse me, whether you think the wife is good or bad, as of today, they are not even divorced. Respect that woman. You are all mad. You are all very stupid. It is a shame that they are bringing voice notes that is coming from the palace to play on social media. It is a shame that they are releasing videos, pictures, and the most annoying and ridiculous thing they've ever done is that they are now sharing pictures of her old moments, her old pictures, and you can see what she was before he married the king. See what she looked like now. And this is why I'm going to start from. May I please say to our dearly beloved king that the people who fortunately or unfortunately have surrounded yourself with have highly ridiculed you and disrespected you, sir. Ẹni tọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ò bá tẹ́yìn ló máa ń fi gíyùn. Ẹni tẹ́nu ẹ̀ ò bá tọ́rọ̀ ló máa ń lo agbẹnusọ. Sir, you are an highly exalted king, and God has placed you in this place of honor. Anybody, I repeat, with no exception, should have such access, such effrontery, such guts to disrespect your family regardless of what is going on. Anybody should think they are playing your defense by talking to bloggers and sending videos and making articles. They are all mad. And I think by this point, if the king cannot sanction and stop them from this show of shame, it is bitter. And I would not like to take a conclusion, because unfortunately most of these people are women, that it is because you have so disregarded yourself to these women and make them feel like they have access, or they have a voice, or they have an opinion, or there's that significance to your throne or to your life that is giving them such effort. Because I'm curious to know what gave them the effort to think that they can talk over your marriage. Like, how did you empower all these women that much to say, I have direct access to the palace, this is coming directly from the palace? What gave them such effrontery, such gods, to be able to think that they have a say over what is doable, or what your wife do, or what your wife did not do? Every marriage has their issues. Like, kilo ve fauri buruku. So, see, I've been divorced, not even separated. I've been formally divorced. Do you know that there are people around me till today? I've been divorced since 2019. November 20th, 2019. How many years is that? 2021. 2 years ago. I've been legally divorced. I've been separated since 2018. So literally plus or minus about 3 years. Do you know that there are people around me that knew all along, but till today, they have not been delivered to ask me, kilo shele. They still see me and they say, how far ya won't come on call? I know so many of my students, because I used to be a lecturer, so many of my students who till today, they know. I will even see them comment on my ex-wife post online. They know. When she did her wedding, she got married. She moved on, she got married. I saw their comments. So they not be say they don't know. But till today, they don't feel ask me. Not to talk of having an opinion. Because she really be now. Like, will I need your advice? Will I, like, why would you think your opinion counts? Like, why? They just see that everybody was hot. My marriage was such a enviable one. It's always the lovey-dovey kind of marriage when I was married. Everywhere I am, both official and informal, she's there. I carry her along everywhere. So people know us together. Somebody said, "Oh, you still have a picture on your Facebook? Delete." I'm like, how many do I want to delete? I have more than 200 pictures of my ex-wife on my Facebook. When will I have time to be deleting such? Leave it there. It's part of my history. So when the whole thing went the way it went, so many people were hurt. So many people were like, wow, it's not possible. But won't leave. Yes, there are people who are nípò àgbà wọ́n lè bá wa sọ̀rọ̀ wọ́n sọ. But àwọn tó kéré sí mi ò ní liver yẹn. I have a friend here in Maryland who is a classmate to my ex-wife because we were colleagues in school. I was a year ahead of them. I have a dude who is like a friend to my ex-wife. They are friends. I know they are friends. In fact, I get more talking to him because of my ex-wife. I did not even know that she has called him to tell him stories. And me and this guy hang out almost every weekend. And not one day did he ever reach it to say, Victor, kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ wá tí fún mi. Until recently, like a couple of weeks back, that I was the one who now raised the bar. Show my payment and see, show my go to divorce, yeah. He now said, Momo, you me at sorrow also for me. I was like, really? He said, yes. He said, but I don't know how to ask you because it's really sad. It's not. We hang out every week. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. Out of respect. I jẹ́ pé marriage ò ní òfìfẹ́ lẹ́wèrè àtàsíwìn kan máa ń kun ẹnu títí. Ẹ máa stupid o. Kò wá yé mi bóyá ṣé ọba ló gbèrè ẹlẹ́bẹ̀ yẹn ni àbí ẹ̀yin lẹ́kàn ya wèrè normally. Ọba ló gbèrè ẹlẹ́bẹ̀ yẹn àbẹ́yìn lẹ́kàn fi pé orí yín ti dàrú ẹ̀ẹ̀kan. Kò yé mi o. And every time I see things coming out from there, I look at those who are talking. And I shake my head. If you know this much, how can you not keep a home for yourself? Go and look at all the people who are talking, who are from the palace, who are saying they have access to the throne. None of them have one sensible home. Àtàwọn tó lọ́kàn lé tó ń ṣe ìranù káàkiri. Àwọn rather that on the four pangoro, they are the one now running their mouths. If you know this much, how did you not apply it to your own life? How? Okay, well, I want to say that you guys chill and not take a position. Like I said, I want to be united as much as possible. Having said that, it is quite questionable. So let's go to the stories that we have been hearing. Like I said, I am not taking any position. I don't know Olori Naomi to details until she got married to the king. And the little that we know is that she's a prophetess and she has a ministry. So I can't really tell you anything about that person. I can't really tell you anything about that person. We've read and heard even from the king himself, a couple of things about his past and, his journey and what he has been through. So we can tell a couple of things about him. But I personally don't have any history about Olori Naomi. But it doesn't matter. Let's summarize this whole story. All of a sudden, we woke up. First of all, it was a rumor. It was a rumor. What does he say? You guys just have opinion that don't make sense. He said, "Did my ex-wife go to that? Did I ever go on social media when I divorced. Do you even know? It's 2 years down the line, but my family don't even know. What are you talking about? What's your point? I don't get what you're saying. Some bizarre people, did your ex-wife go on social media? Did you ever see me do any show to talk about my ex-wife? I've only or always mentioned about my divorce as emphasis when I'm teaching about something. I have not one day disrespected her or tell you that she's bad or she's evil or she did one thing for me. Not one day will anybody online say I have said something evil about my ex-wife. What are you talking about? Are you saying at all? Not one day. Get your shit together. Yeah, we know them. We know them. They will come. Unfortunately, I can't read. Now, so the summary of it is that we have certain rumors going on, and then it broke out that yeah, the rumor was relatively true that the monarch or the marriage is having issues, and the queen said she's moving on with no specific reasons. She spells the details, and he said she's moving on. We don't know, but at the last time I checked, she's a human being and she has a right to association. She can decide to be with and not be with. I don't know. Listen, if it is if it is appropriate for a monarch, for a wife of a king to leave the king, I'm not sure if it is appropriate. I'm not sure. I am not sure if it is appropriate for, or if it's doable for the king's wife to undo itself. I'm not sure if it is doable or is appropriate or it is even acceptable for the queen to unqueen herself. In fact, that was my first post. It was a joke. I only was just catching cruise. I'm like, oh, the highly respected monarch queen unqueen herself. I I don't know if it is possible or if it is something that is doable. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Those are the things that we begin to see from civilization and modernization. Understand? Somebody is calling my phone and it's kind of distracting. I'm not sure if it is doable. We've never seen it happen until recent days. Is this civilization that things like this are happening? I'm not sure whether it is doable. But yes, she says she's done. I don't know any queen that has ever said they are done in the history that we have ever read. In fact, there have not been a king that put away his wife, either from history or from any religious book. We've never seen it happen until recent days. So it's a new development that I don't know the procedure. Not, we've not seen it happen, but it has happened. It has happened. So she says she's done and she moved on. Not any reason in particular. But however, after this incident, which I like I've mentioned, she's not the first person who talk about it. She just because she's the queen and she's involved, she talked about it. Her own became very popular. Some bloggers have been talking about it that looks like a rumor. Mm, Okay. Yes, but I mean, what I'm saying is that this recently that we have. In fact, those ones that has even left before, we've never seen anything like that happen. So after the whole thing, issues started coming up, stories started coming up, right? Let's move very fast. Stories started coming up, and then the first story was that uh, the family of the queen ruined the marriage. It was because no, the first story was that the queen left the king because the king said that her siblings and her mother must vacate the palace. And the queen said, no, I'm not going to continue to be your wife except my mother live with me. I want to beg 172 people of you watching me right now to please for a while. Let us think about that statement again. You know, sometimes social media can make us just get carried away and we just say, we easily believe what we see. We easily believe what we see. But for a while, ẹ jẹ́ ká ro kíní again. Pé, okay, olórí fi palace sílẹ̀ because of pé kábíyèsí sọ pé kí ìyá ẹ̀ àti àwọn siblings ẹ̀ kan kúrò ní palace. Olórí wa sọ pé no, òun ò lè wà ń bẹ̀ except ìyá òun bá wà ń bẹ̀ pẹ̀lú òun. And because the kábíyèsí said they have to go, that's why she's leaving the marriage. I want you to pause and think about that for a second. Does it make sense to you? Which king do you know? Sorry, which woman do you know that will walk out of her marriage because she insisting that her siblings must stay in the house with her? Ṣáwọn bíbí máa ń ronú kan tó parọ́ ṣá? Ṣọ́ máa ń lo sense wọn? Ṣé ló yà pé Bukky Jesse ló ń bá wọn compose story as in àwọn dumb lies? You know the way when Bukky Jesse want to lie, she just use some cheap lies, dumb lie that you will be a fool to believe. So the queen will say, no, I'm done with this marriage if my mother don't stay here with me. Yeah. An highly exalted royal marriage. This is the best thing happening to Naomi's life. She will forfeit it because she insists that her mother must stay in the house with her. That's some dumb shit. Let me put an emphasis that the queen's family resides in Akure. The palace is in Ife. Can I ask a question? From Akure to Ife is how many hours drive? From Akure to Ife, how many hours drive ní ẹjọ́? Torí tí n bá sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ lè sọ pé mo ti kúrò Nàìjíríà ti pẹ́ mi mú Nàìjíríà bí ẹni tó bìnrin ti gbálẹ̀. You know how many times I've drove from Lagos to Makurdi? From Lagos to Akure is how many hours? I'm sure it's not more than 2 hours drive. Thank you, man. 2 hours drive. So if the queen need her family around, they are just freaking 2 hours away. Mommy Bangbalasa, if you want your family around and you are living in Baltimore and your family is living in Waldorf, are they far from you? And it's still the same state. Even though that Nigeria is a small place. If you live in Pennsylvania, you can live 3 hours apart and both of you live in the state of Pennsylvania there. Do anybody live in Texas here on this platform? Do anybody live in Texas here? From Houston to Dallas is 4 hours drive. from Houston, Texas to Dallas, Texas is 4 hours drive, living in the same freaking states. So if you have your family live in Texas with you, and you live in Houston, your family live in Dallas, will you say your family is away from you? 4 hours drive. Not to talk of Akure to Ife. And this is the queen who have a full entourage. She have a car to herself, she have a driver to herself, she have an entourage to herself. If she choose to see her mother every day from Ife to Akure, she will see her every freaking day. There is a city called Lubbock in Texas. From Lubbock to Dallas is 6 hours drive. And it's still Texas. So it's not even like, so let's not even look at it as interstates. That's just in America for Ati Osun, Ati Ondo, Ati Kwara, state ẹyọ kò tí ì tó state ẹyọ kan, kò ì tó state kan. So she can actually see them every day if she chooses to. So you now think in your right senses that she will quit her marriage because she insists that her family must live there. Èmi ò sọ pé ó ṣe dáadáa o. Mi ò sọ pé kò ṣe dáadáa. You know I said pé mi ò mọ queen. Mi ò mọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ láàrin wọn. Ọlọ́run ní ń dájọ́ àfihàn pẹ́ràn. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ọlọ́run ló ń dájọ́. Bí àmọ́ nǹkan tó ṣe o, àmọ́ nǹkan tí ò ṣe o. Àárẹ̀ àwọn méjèèjì, and because she is honourable enough láti má rojọ́ ara ẹ̀. Ó kàn sọ pé òun quit ni, kò sọ nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀. Kábíyèsí náà dẹ̀ ṣe. I mean, I respect him that he's not making this message by talking anything from his throne or from anybody who are his official entourage. They are not saying anything, and I respect that they are making this old drama a little bit honorable, if not for this nuisance talking shit. Point of correction on Naomi's mom's birthday about last month, one of Olori's siblings said, and I quote, "Ṣé ẹ fẹ́ gbọ́, if my mom is not sleeping at the palace, Olori will ever sleep in the palace?" Is on YouTube. One of Olori's siblings said, and I quote, "If my mom is not sleeping at the palace, Olori will never sleep in the palace." Well, do you think that even makes sense? Are you sure Olori ever get 3 years old? Somebody said, "Oh, she's still a young girl." She said, how old is she? 17? Even an 18-year-old girl know how to keep a man. There is a guest house in that palace. Forget what anybody says. It's just insane. It's just ridiculous for anybody to say that she's walking away from her marriage because she's insisting that her parents, her family must remain in the palace. It's bullshit. That is nonsense talk. And let's leave that alone. So the next story is the whole allegation about her family. Oh, Gbero was awarded 1.3 billion naira contract and he ruined it. Okay. When was that? For this economy, somebody ruined 1.3 billion and they let it slide until 5 starts. How come we are just hearing Gbero? Let me say something before I move to that allegation. Everybody keep talking about Queen Naomi's family live in the palace. Be balanced when you want to talk all these things. The king's family live in the damn palace. I will tell you the root of all this bigotry. Kabiyesi's family live in this palace too. I hope you know. Literally, all his family live in the palace. And the palace is a very big place. There is a guest house in this palace. So when they are hosting all their festival, their guests don't stay in the hotel. They lodge them right in that palace. So people can live there and they don't even have to see themselves. So as much as Queen's family are there, the King's family are there, may I please say that this is the paramount ruler of Yoruba land. The reason why the Queen's family are there is because the King allowed it. And please, may I please emphasize that the King Oni of Ife is not a dummy, it's not a weakling. If he doesn't want them to be there, they will not be there. Okay? So stop talking as if this king is a victim. No. The only reason why they are there is because he let them be there. Now, let's not talk about their conduct. So, that his goodwill, he wants them to be there. If they actually live there, it's because he wants them to be there. It is not part of any form of marital vow or marital agreement. So it is not a constitutional right that they have to live there. They live in Akure anyway. They're not even far from the throne. They live there because the king put them there. May I please equally say that I don't know why anybody say, why will our mother live with her? Why will our family? You should shut up your mouth. Why will other people who are living there? Do you know how many people that are not even related to the king that live in the palace? May we not please emphasize how many women that doesn't hold any official position, they don't have any cognizable, sensible, tangible, logical position, and they live in that palace. I will spare the details for later if there is need, because I know I can mention names for you. There are others who don't live there physically, but walk in there at any time and begin to feel like stakeholders. And they don't have either any traditional title or any office of duty or any official position in that palace. It's okay for those ones to live there, but it's not okay for the king's family to live there. Hear me, it was okay for them to live for the family of Nami to be in the palace all along. We did not hear anything about it. They've been there all this while that they've been married. But now it is not okay. Why would the mother live there? Why would the mother be following her around? Bullshit. Why can't they live there? What's wrong in them being there? How many of you, stupid critics, will any of your family, in fact, it's not your siblings, your 3 cousins, will be married to Oni of Ife, and you will not die in the palace? How many of you will have your family married to the Oni of Ife, and you will not be there? There are other people living there. Why can't she be there? And for a matter of fact, they didn't enforce them to be there. They are there because the king wants them to be there. Do you understand? It's not a problem. That's not the problem. Now, I don't know about what they were doing while they were there. And we will address it. I don't have any facts to give you. Or this is what happened. I don't know what happened. I'm just going to be based on what people are saying. Those who are talking from the palace. Those who are saying, I have access to the throne. This is direct information from the palace. Let us look at what they are saying and see if they are even making any sense. Or my problem is that their arguments and the narrative is not even correlative. It doesn't even have any significant importance. It doesn't even relate with what happened. Husband and wife get beef. You guys are going into issues of extended family. No, it's only a fool that will not know that there are certain undertones to this issue than what they are talking about. There are certain undertones. Which woman do you know in this generation that we want a family to ruin a marriage? In this generation. Now, family live with, I want you to understand. I see some people say, why will a family live with her? I want you to understand that our family, our own marriage, is different from a regular marriage. You are married to a nobody and you live in your own nuclear house. Your family don't have to live with you. Your husband have not even be able to afford you. Don't talk about afford your family. But this is Oni of Ife, okay? It's different. Bàbá ìlú ni. Àwọn ọmọ tí ò ń ṣe family ẹ̀ wà tó ń gbé bẹ̀. Àwọn èèyàn wà tó ń jẹ, tó ń mu, tó ń bìzàbìzà láàfin ọba. Tó ń mọ rí gan tí ò tán mọ́ wọn wà tó ń wà ń bẹ̀ tó ń dẹ̀ gbà wọ́n mọ́ wọn. And they are there. So why can't the queen, what's wrong in the queen's family being there? I'm not saying it's the best thing, don't get me wrong. But I'm saying that is not the reason why their marriage is breaking. That is definitely not the reason. Okay, very good. Even my husband's family that we lived together in Baltimore for more than 20 years became a king. Anytime I travel home, the next day I'm in the palace. Yeah, there's what we call affinity. You have affinity with the throne. Yes, why not? It's a throne. You are talking about a regular family. This is a king. Why can other people live with them and the wife's family can't live with them? What's wrong with that? But you see, that's not the point. What I'm saying is, whether they live there or not, is not the reason why their marriage is breaking. It's a fool that will not know that they are undertones. You understand? It's a fool that will not know that they are undertones. So, there are so many people there who don't have any significance. Who don't? You can't say this is what they are doing there, but they are there. So, what's the sense? Now, but you see, yes, they said they gave 1.3 billion naira contract to Benro. First of all, we don't know who the fuck Benro is until now. Benro is a nobody as far as we are concerned. We are hearing that name for the first time, and that is a suspicion. He that deal to win. I respect ABC again for one thing that he has not been making this team messy. Is anything they say from the palace is not from KBC. I want to emphasize that. So, yes, I respect the fact that he's not making this messy, and I respect that there have not been a press release or any statement, and that is very credible. I love that, and I respect him for that. So anything we are hearing that they are saying in defense of the king, or they say it's from the palace, is an essay from some nuisance who have chosen to disrespect the king, claiming they are fighting for him. They are actually disrespecting him. It's madness. So they said they have one contract of 1.3 million, 1.3 billion to Benro. Oh, they said, they didn't award the contract to him. They actually have him supervise a 1.3 billion naira contract, and he ruined it. Okay, first of all, I've come to a conclusion that Nigeria don't know the value of money. Nigeria, evidently, people just talk rubbish. They don't know the value of money. May I please pause for a minute? That did you just say 1.3 billion contracts? Woo! You don't know what 1.3 billion is, right? My calculator cannot even calculate it. 1.3 billion. Ah. Ṣé mo nǹkan tó ń jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣá? Divided by 550. That is $2,363,000. $2,363,000. Contract was awarded. Whether it was awarded to Benro or it was awarded for Benro to supervise, that's bullshit. That magnitude of projects was given to Benro, and Benro ruined it. When? How come we are just hearing it? May I please say that Oni of Ife, just so you know, the little that we know about him, one of the things that we know about the king, Oni of Ife, is that he's into real estate. I don't know how many of you know that. And we're going to talk in Oni of Ife is into real estate. Before he became the king and while he's still the king, he's a business guru in real estate. He builds houses. So that same man who is a real estate mugu, I don't know, you make sense. We now award a contract of 1.3 billion to the brother-in-law. So it makes sense to him. Does it sound sensible? And then the guy ruined it and they let it slide. How rich is Oni that we award 1.3 billion contracts and somebody will chop it and it will just slide? Okay, so when they award the contract and Gbero ruin it, the man just say, "Oh, Gbero, you ruin 1.3 billion. Oh, now I'm hungry. All of you and your mother get out of my palace." No, fuck it. If you ruin 1.3 billion in the economy of today, whether you are in-law or you are father-in-law, you will be in prison, man. You will be in prison. You think 1.3 billion is what somebody will squander and you will let it slide? 1.3 billion is what somebody will squander and it will go on that tone and we will just be hearing now. Good nonsense done. And then to back this lame story up, they posted a video. How many of you have seen it or you want me to show you? A video of Gbero. Let me look for it. Gbero fighting on a site with some people. Sharing social media, meeting over Shele. A man who a little bit clustered up. So we will not notice certain details. They wanted to verify that thing that they claim. And this is the video that they want to use to portray that claim. I think I got it. Stop the video! When have you seen this? Now, stop the video! Now, look at that video very closely. There was nothing, I repeat, absolutely nothing in that video that explained the claim. What you see there was they went to a building project, two things I will show you there, to stop the workers who are there from working. We really do not know why, but there was nothing that shows that The girl that you see in that place, does it look like somebody who is supervising a project? He actually came to the site to stop these people. I'm not buttressing what they are doing or what is right. It looks to me like a little bit of a ruffian, because in fact in that video, in the video, it doesn't look like a responsible human being to me personally. But it doesn't look like somebody supervising a project. It looks like more of a monile to me. You know what I mean? It doesn't look like somebody who went there to supervise the project. Doesn't look like it. And then, did you see the building in that video? Is that the supposed 1.3 billion naira project? That must be a joke. That's not it. Clearly not it. Okay. I am just embarrassed at the ways those people really think they can. And I feel and I believe that the king has enough wisdom to handle this in a better way. But they should first of all stop these mad people from talking on his behalf to shut up. They need to just shut up. This is not making sense. Oh yeah, there's one that is ridiculous. They said the queen mother is having an affair with Kabiesi's brother. Sorry, with Kabiesi's friend. The queen's mother has been having an affair or sleeping with Kabiesi's friend in the Nigeria of today, in the days of social media, and we are hearing it for the first time. Anija did to wear kula rubbish talking. Again, are you telling me that the queen will quit her marriage for all of this? It doesn't make sense, but let's even say it's true. So you tell me that this girl, no matter how young you think she is, no matter how gullible you think she probably is, we quit her marriage because it's not as if they, with all of these allegations, it's not the king that say walk away. She's the one who say I'm done. With all of the allegations, she's still the one that is quitting the. So are you telling me that this woman will quit her marriage because her mother is having an affair? Now, let me talk a little bit about that moment after that. I'm being fair now. You might not like it. That's a problem. Sometimes people say I'm not talking like Nigerians or I'm too westernized. But the last time I checked, the queen mother is a widow. And if you look at her, she's still at the prime of life. When I heard that, she's dating somebody who is close to Oni of Ife, what I said was, why can't she? Yeah, I know you people will say, hey, no, he can't do anything. You're saying bullshit. Why can't she? They didn't say he's sleeping with Kabisi's family. Why can't she date? The question that we ask is, whoever you think she's dating, is he her age group, her age mates, or somebody older than her? Which husband? She has a husband? No. I thought they said no, she doesn't have a husband. It's not even true. I know it's not true. No, now she be her father died now. Why are you people saying she have a husband? The queen's father died now. Where did the woman get the husband from? I mean, I don't know, but to the extent that I know that she's a widow. The queen's father died. Where does the woman get a husband from? Bolo Tiroko. But I'm about to Naomi Kuna. Are you people making this up or she actually have a husband? Well, I don't know. Again, I will not say what I don't know. To the extent that I know, what I know before now, is that she's a widow. Okay, somebody said, Well, Toyin, maybe you people that are talking from the palace, you need to do your thinking right before you talk. The queen father is still alive, separate from the mother. Okay, well, if this is it, if this is true, somebody said the queen's father is still alive, but separate from the mother. If they are separated, why can't she date? Okay, well, let's agree. Like I said, I won't say what I don't know. Some people say she's a widow, some people say she's not a widow. That's not the point. Whatever it is, whether she's a widow, whether she's not a widow, they said she has a husband. Well, she doesn't have a husband. Let's correct that. But the queen have a father that is separated from the woman. No, she doesn't. If they are separated, you can't say she have a husband. Bridget, that's wrong. She does not have a husband. She have a baby daddy. If they are not, they've been separated. You can't say she have a husband. You are wrong. Let's always be clear with our terms, because you see, those little things determine the difference. You understand? Those things makes a whole lot of difference. If she has a husband that she live with, then that is adultery. That is shameful. Especially doing it around the corridor of her daughter's in-law. You understand? I will condemn that with my last energy. That is shameful. If she's living with a man and she's having an affair around the corridor of her own in-law, that's ridiculous. But if she's not, whether she has a husband, whether she's a widow or whether she's separated from her husband, she's entitled to date. Do you understand? So if she's separated, which will probably be the reason, why can't she? Now, let me correct you, Ebziba. Do you really think in these days of social media, where you can barely breathe without being caught, you think that the queen mother will be dating somebody that is a friend to Ooni of Ife, and Instablog will have not carried it since? Do you think Queen Mother will be committing adultery the way people are saying she have a husband? You think Queen Mother will be sleeping with somebody while she have a husband and it's not on this lover? How smart is he? How? It doesn't make sense. Again, I say, Ìjáde lórí tó wé ẹkúlà kó lẹ́kọ̀ọ́. And again, I want to say, are you telling me that is the reason why Naomi will quit her marriage? No. So why are you bringing it up? These are things that you're using. To me, that's an indictment against the queen and her family, which is preposterous, it's ridiculous, it's unnecessary. Do you understand? It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary. If she doesn't have a husband, if the queen has a father and they are not together, she doesn't have a husband, she's entitled to date. And that's not the bone of contention. Again, I'm sure she's not dating on his friend. I don't know why, but I'm very sure. Oni is the paramount ruler of Yoruba land. Baba Gbogbo Ìlú ni. So you understand? Baba Gbogbo Ìlú ni Ooni of Ife. So who is that person that kind of woman will date that will not have a little affinity with the king? So the fact that somebody talks to the king doesn't make him the friend to Ooni of Ife. I know how these old things play out. Because he's dating somebody now that probably have visited the palace or that the Ooni of Ife knows, doesn't make his dating Ooni of Ife's friend. Because there's no way she's dating Ooni of Ife's friend that we will have not heard of it before now. Do you understand? Not in these days. You can't barely make any stupid moves right now and you will not be caught. It's the queen's mother. The radar is on her. Especially when we clearly see that there's a conspiracy against her daughter. They will look for anything to slide her. Clearly, she have haters. The queen have haters in that palace. A lot of them. There is a conspiracy theory right on her. It's obvious. So you think her mother will be having a trust that they knew? Oh, the Tinika say that joy. That's the story there. Again, whether it is true of us, that is not the point. My anger is that one fear tesile, one then palapalapa. Instead of us to address how this thing could have worked out better, anybody that loved the king should be sad about the situation. Thank you. Thank you. It's not possible for her to have a husband and she's living in the palace. How? Should be all her family live with the king. How come the father is not living with the king? If the woman is married. If it's story let you, she does have a husband, period. Everybody just running their mouth to say rubbish. They said Naomi's sister is sleeping around with his friend. Do you want us to talk about sleeping around or sleeping with people? I'm sure Oni is more guilty. So you people should shut up. You people should shut up and stop making stupid narrative. You want to talk about people being, you want to talk about infidelity? No, you can't play that in the king's defense. Yes, you will say he's a king. Sabada. Yeah. The king can marry as many wives as he chooses to. He is the king, and not just the king, he's the paramount ruler of Yoruba land. But can I explain this to you? That it is a thing to marry multiple wives, which is polygamy, which is allowed for a monarch, but the line between polygamy and promiscuousness. If he chooses to marry 10 more wives, he can marry and marry them honorably. And I don't think Naomi have a problem with that. In fact, in her statements last year, she was even praying and she said, Kolorima was laughing. Personal problem to if the king would choose to marry more wives, I don't think that should. In fact, if Naomi have a problem with that, then she's stupid. You understand? I don't think that should be a problem. But it's a thing to marry more wives. It's another thing to be, gallivanting with women and, have some promiscuous moves right in the face of the queen. And she will not be. It's not about having more wives, but it's about being disrespected by this mistress right in her own marriage. No woman will enjoy that. Okay. I'm not making accusations. I'm not saying that's what it is, but evidently, if I want to be fair, if we want to be fair, we can evidently trace that as an activity going on. But we will save all of that. I don't want to make any accusations or blame any one of them. So I will just be silent about that. But please, you want to talk about being promiscuous, this one, that one, and the sister is sleeping with Oni's friend. The mother is sleeping with Oni's friend. Shut up. If you want to talk about people sleeping with people and disrespecting and being sexually inappropriate, please don't do it because I'm sure Oni is more guilty. We can count our fingers, okay? Let's not go there. It's the wrongest thing to do when you want to address this fight between Naomi and the king. To talk about this one is sleeping with this one. No. Don't do it. Do not do it. Don't do it. There are more promiscuous acts and moves that can be traceable to the king himself. Oh, yeah, you want to tell me it's okay because he's the king? No, you should marry them. Yes, that would be okay. But it did not. So don't say those kind of nonsense because those are not the bone of contention. They are not the bone of contention. They are not the bone of contention. Yes, what else? What are those stupid talks that they brought up? I also saw one that he said before the queen, the Olori, did the post and said she want to walk away from the marriage, they just bought her a car. Imagine the car they just bought her. She really need that, really. So because they bought her a car now is the reason why she should remain unhappy in her marriage? No, it's wrong. She's not a pauper. She's not a gold digger. Plus, by the time they brought the video of the damn car, it was a video of a car at the dealership that they are showing to us. At the dealership. a car that is actually, the video was actually made as a promo to promote the brand of a car. Let me not even talk about that's retarded. They don't think when they talk. Now, to saddens me is when I begin to now see voice notes that are being released from the palace, because those of their sources, those who speaking for the Oni, said it is directly from the palace. I am asking a question. Maybe anybody don't know. The few speakers that I have seen on this Facebook that I have talked to, I've been privileged to talk to, I've told them, see, one of the things you should not do because you want to prove your points, if you're having beef with somebody, especially somebody that you have a relationship with before, is to play voice notes, because it makes you look like a traitor. Instead of it proving your facts, it makes you look more dangerous because other people are watching you. If you are playing voice notes of this person today, you couldn't go to bed. My question is this: the voice notes that are releasing from the palace today, did they know that this fight will happen when they were making those recordings? Did they know? Did they know that this issue will happen when they are making those recordings? Because they are releasing voice notes. The question is, why were they recording conversations before now? It looks to me then that there is a conspiracy that is tailored against Queen Naomi. Obviously, some people or somebody or some group of people are making her marriage unbearable for her. She has not told her story. We don't know why, but evidently, from the reactions of the people who claim to be on the king's side and how they are reacting, shows that these women must have been making life. If you can be this bitter and this woman is not talking, she's the one that walked away from her marriage, you are the one that is crying. Are you mad? Definitely. Imagine how much more they must have been doing to humiliate her all along. Again, it's a shame to know that there are so many people in Facebook fracas in that palace, releasing items and media and voice notes and videos to bloggers. Everybody will come say, I got this from the palace. Ah, Kabiyesi, Obalade, you need to get a strong hypo and sanitize your palace. Anybody that doesn't have a significant importance, kick them out. Whether they are side chicks, side whatever they are, whether they are chiefs or they are just well-wisher, they kick those people out. They are disrespecting and disregard and disrespecting that palace. Flush them. If I am not sure, I've been saying that I'm not sure what happened, I'm not sure. But if there is anything I'm sure of in this whole narrative, is that there is an internal war against Naomi from the palace. Not from the king, but evidently there are women in that palace who, for some reason, don't like the conduct of this woman, and they are waging war and seeking replacements against her. And we can evidently see from their reactions and from the stories that they are making. No, tí o bá gbé àárín kan, kí ló dé tí wọn ò rí nǹkan kan tó wà sàn? Ṣé mo kí láti jọ tó ti lọ yìí? Wọn ò tí one day sọ pé nǹkan kan báyìí ni Naomi ṣe. Ẹ̀ ń gbé mátàmọ́ family ẹ̀ kìíní kan fà. Tell us what transpired between the king and Naomi. That's what we want to hear. Leave her mother alone. Leave Gbero alone. If Gbero squandered 1.3 billion, put him in prison. 1.3 billion. If you ruin a 1.3 billion project, you should not be working on the streets. I don't care whether it's the in-law or the father-in-law. The law will take its course. But that should not be a caveat. That should not be a caveat or a determinant to the subject of marriage. No, I'm praying for Naomi that God will give her the grace to continue to remain at peace and be quiet. If she speaks, Oh my nasty, and I don't want this king to be ridiculed to nothing like that. Kò ní dá. Ẹ máa bá wa gbàdúrà k'Ọlọ́run máa fún Naomi yẹn lẹ́mìí sùúrù láti dákẹ́. And please leave Naomi. Ẹ̀hún tẹ́ mo fẹ́ kẹ́ bá mi gbàdúrà fún gogogogogo. Àbúrò Naomi ni. She have a sister tó jẹ́ pé ìgboro ni báyìí. Ó ní sister kan tó ń snazzy gidi báyìí. K'Ọlọ́run jọ̀ọ́. Kó má yẹ kí bèbí yẹn kó má jẹ́ kó sọ̀rọ̀. Because imagine if these people want to go there, because you are destroying their entire family. If she wants to come back by return, come and play dirty. Báwọn people ṣe ń play yìí. Báwo ló ṣe máa rí nínú family ọ̀nà odindi aládé ọba? Kábíyèsí need to sanction these people. One as in kábíyèsí tó lọ́rọ̀ ò sọ̀rọ̀ kò ṣe kọ́kọ́ ẹ̀yin lẹ wá doyè agbọ̀rọ̀ dùn. Ẹ wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ń disrespect ẹ̀ ń sọ̀rọ̀ marriage kábíyèsí bíi pé ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá yín. Àtẹ̀ntí ò nílé, àtẹ̀ntí ò tolé, àtẹ̀ntí tílé ò balance. Ẹ wá ń sọ̀rọ̀ nonsense, ẹ ń sọ̀rọ̀ rubbish lẹ́nu. It's a shame. That's me girl. Ọlọ́mọ yẹn kó sọ̀rọ̀, ọlọ́mọ yẹn kó ọmọ yẹn tọ́ṣì o, torí ni ọmọ yẹn kò jẹ́ tó lépo lójú o. Ọmọ yẹn ò jẹ́ tó lépo lójú o. Because you are playing dirty with this family. Because for me, fear is fear. Yes, the only family, royal family, but fear is fear. What is good for the goose is good for the gander, man. Fear is fear. Ṣé èèyàn méjì bá jọ wà tó bá dẹ̀ jọ sọ pé ìbágbé wọn ò jọ wà mọ́? Èmi ò tẹ̀ fíìpò possible, mi fíìpò right. Let us seek settlement. If the settlement ò bá dẹ̀ dey work, let us move on in peace. Let us seek settlement, and if settlement will not work, let us move on in peace. Kábíyèsí ọba balẹ̀ lóhun gbogbo. Aláṣẹ ìkejì òòṣà, you have all the power and all the ability and all the wisdom and the backing of the gods for you to fix this. Fix it honorably. Stop letting these useless people make you look like a victim, like you are a jerk. Don't let all these people be talking on your behalf and making you look like you are a victim. It just shows weakness, more weakness than of strength. It's just making it look as if the king is not in control of his own home, which is not right. Èmi ò mọ obìnrin tó máa ní irú marriage bíi Tọ́ní Ọ̀fífẹ́ tó máa walk away willingly. She's not happy. She's bottling a lot of bitterness. Let us look at her concern. And I know that the king is an honorable person. He's a socialite. He's somebody that has a heart for people, which I think, so if you are good to other people, I think you should use that same heart to look into her concern. Because some things might be happening that the king will not even know. The king might not know. I know that shit. You see, when people act stupid and you ignore them, they will still not behave until they just make you talk. That's life for you. The day you say the one that works in their opinion, you are a good person. The day your opinion does not go in line with them, you are a bad person and they want to start passing insults. I pity you. Out of respect, out of relationship, I just choose to ignore. But come on, behave yourself. Don't be stupid. Because I'm owing nobody nothing. This is my platform. This is my life. I am entitled to my goddamn opinion. Ṣé wọ́n fẹ́ mi lóúnjẹ palace rẹ̀ ní àbí èmi wá àbí ẹ̀sìn pọ̀? Fair is fair, and honestly, I'm not even against the man. I'm not his enemy. I feel bad for him, and my anger is towards those people who are talking nonsense in his defense. I would not have a problem with him if these people are not saying these things to ridicule this family. Because for me, fair is fair. This family too, ebéyàn ni wọ́n, ṣé wọ́n ṣe Ọlọ́run ni? Okay, wọ́n ti commit things torí wọ́n ti fẹ́ family Odofe. This marriage was honorable. Everybody was admiring this marriage all along. Ah, you don't even know. Modupe, you don't even know. When I say things, just know that I know what I'm saying. You don't even know. Who I'm talking to, you know yourself, and you know what I do. You people just like to jump and say stuff. They command because that's why I say when you say things that is cool, when you're chilling, you don't know. But you don't know that when I say things, I know what I'm saying it. And I'm not even mentioning it, I'm not even going hard. You don't know that I know what I'm saying. You don't know that I'm definitely addressing, and who I'm addressing knows herself. So you just hold your pace. And if you're tired, just walk away. It's simple. You don't have to like it. I've never begged anybody to be here. You understand? Somebody left Facebook, went to Instagram and writing all sort of nonsense. And it's somebody that I know very well, that I have a personal relationship with. And that's the reason I'm saying, behave yourself. You are coming here to say you can do your show. Don't tell me how to do my show. Go and open your own page and do yours. The day it suits you, yes, they will rank at the day. The way it doesn't suit them, yes, you are a bad person. Who cares? Who cares? You can only say that to those people that you're paying and you're feeding them online. No, fuck that rubbish. It's bullshit. But you see, my submission is this. My submission is this. There are certain there are certain responsibilities that comes with leadership. There are certain responsibilities that comes with leadership. This is not apportioning blame to the king, but unfortunately, if I'm privileged to address this thing today in the presence of both of them, which I am not in any place, get it right. I will not say a word to the queen, no matter how bad it is she has done. Why? She's the woman, she's the queen. The king is not only a man, he's the king. Hear me. Àgbà máa ń gbà ni. There are certain responsibility that comes with leadership. And one of it is absorbing. Perseverance is the right word. Perseverance. Àgbà ó máa ń gbà ni. The summary of it, we have really less things or nothing to say to Queen Naomi. Yeah, maybe she should, God will give her more wisdom to handle her situation. If she's having a pressure, I think, let me say this, I think the Queen herself is a little bit under pressure from both sides, in all fairness. Toyin, they can play now. Show matcha. They can play. You don't have to tell me. Let's play. Come out. Come for me. Let's do it. Show me 1-4 for him. Let's play. Since you want to act stupid, let's play. Tell me about Bejaka now. Okay, come. Let us don't even say nothing. Just come. Come for me. About him there. I think the woman is under pressure from both sides. Clearly, if all of them are living there. Let me give you an example. Do you know that there are some things, married women, listen to me. You know that there are some things that you might take from your husband when nobody is around. Your husband will do some things. You don't like it, but you will not react. But if your family are around, for instance, let's say you are driving on your street now, you see your husband talking to a girl. You might look at the girl and see your husband and just keep driving and not talk. You know. But if you are driving like that on your streets, and your sister and your mother are in the car, and your sister say, Auntie me, ẹ wọkọ yín. you know you will react more. Not because it's your family or your mother says, they didn't even say anything, right? But because they are there, seeing your husband in that kind of position will not only be a sign of cheating, but a sign of disrespect. Do you understand? Do you understand? It's a sign of disrespect. I don't know if anybody understands. The married women here, the few of you who are privileged to be married. Because when you see, or sometimes your husband will do some things, you don't like it, but it won't be a big deal. But if your family are around, and they witness that sin, or maybe sometimes your husband talks to you in a way, maybe you are having an argument and your husband just nag at you, it won't be a big deal. But if the same thing happen in the presence of your family, no, I feel matter, just ignore. If the same thing happen in the presence of your family, you know you're going to get a little bit frustrated and get insulted. So the fact that the family are living there with them might actually be a pressure. Do you understand? Might actually be a pressure on the woman. Oh, possible. So clearly she's pressured on both sides. Her family will be a kind of negative pressure on her. The king's family and the king's whatever they call them might be a pressure on her too. So most likely, she will react differently to certain things. It's possible. Do you understand? It's possible. And that doesn't make her good or bad. It's just responding to pressure. You understand? It's just responding to pressure. So that kind of situation only affects marriage, in all fairness. Let's be candid. Those who are feeling low, why are they living there? Why are they following her? Well, it might not be the best thing, but I mean, the king allowed it. If fight no come, it won't be a big deal. And there are other people who are living there. Why can't they? But you see, let us let us let us let us understand them from the perspective where they were. Let us understand this from where they were. And it's as simple as that. So for me, I don't have any more things to say to the queen. I have much things to say to the king. The if you nuisance in there, not them around. The king has a lot of work to do. He has a lot of housekeeping to do. He has a lot of house cleaning to do. One of those is what you are seeing. You can see they are the one in the palace disturbing somebody else's marriage. They don't have one. So see, he that is down fear no fall. You guys don't understand. He that is down fear no fall. He that is down fear no fall. People who don't have marriage can easily wreck other people's home. All these women that just surround the king round about, all these kinikon, kinikon, they are just causing unnecessary pressure. Me, I'm not saying the queen is good or bad, but I'm saying this marriage is too influenced by so many unnecessary people who think they have a voice. A ní kẹ́ fi Tóyìn lẹ̀. Ẹ fi Tóyìn lẹ̀. I know how best to deal with that. Ẹ fi sílẹ̀. Ẹ fi lẹ̀. Joe, right. You want to talk about... Well, let me not even respond to it. Ẹ fi sílẹ̀. Just ignore. Just like I did not see it. Ẹ ṣe bí ẹ fi sílẹ̀. She's from the palace, and I know her pain. I can feel her pain. Ẹ̀gbọ́n Báyọ̀, bó o ní? The summary of it, I'm done with this, is The king needs a lot of housekeeping to do, whether I like it or not. Agba, Lagba Mama Jẹ, Ọba ni. No, leave her alone. Leave her alone. Ọba ni, and she is in the space. He is in the space of leadership. In the space of, putting things right. He knows what is right. He knows what is right. He knows those who are influencing this marriage negatively, whether his family or the king's family or the queen's family. This marriage has suffered too much external factors. You didn't text me, stop it. I told you people to stop texting when I'm on the show. I'm not reading from anywhere. You're distracting me. It is just too much. And if there's anything that we can establish in this narrative, is that there's too much external factor in this marriage, and it's bad. It is bad. Whether I like it or not, so many users, people just think that they have a say and they can just voice their opinion, and it's not good. First thing they need to do, silence all these nuisances that they think that they have a voice. All these people sending voice note out, sending pictures out, sending videos out. No, they are disrespecting the man. You need to stop these people. You need to clean down that place. Marry as many wives as you want to marry. You are the king. Fuck that rubbish. Nobody can stop you. You are the king. But let your palace, your inner carcass chamber, be reserved for you and your family, and mandate anyone and everyone to respect your wife as much as they respect you. They can't be for the king and be against the queen. It's wrong. No, don't block her. Go and don't. Toyin, when are you going to fix your own marriage? Because I don't understand. You don't have one either. Me and you were same now. I think can lock all of the answer. The man needs to do cleanup. He needs to do cleanup, and he has the trappings and the power to do so. He has the power to do so. No, you don't fucking know me. I don't know you from anywhere. He has the power to do so. We can't say anything to this woman. She's how old did they say she is? 28 years old. 28 years old. 28 years old. Only of Ife, this lady is young enough to be your daughter. She's young enough to be your daughter. You have the capacity to fix her. Whatever she's doing wrong, whatever she's doing to displace the palace, it is important that they can fix it and take this whole thing out of. What is going on is not the problem of Oni or the queen. I don't see any problem between them. I see external factors. Too much of external factors. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. Yes, you should be disappointed because I'm not taking your side. Fuck that rubbish. Get out of my platform. The only reason why I'm letting you exist is because I don't block people. I will let you do your foolishness. Just show how stupid you are. It's okay. Go ahead. I like this. If the case is settled, the king should marry his wife and showcase all of them. Treat them equal like a former Oni of Ife who had 3 wives and showcase them equal. There's nothing wrong with that. Then there needs to be compromise from both sides. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. He just need to set his house in order. He just need to set his order. He just need to set his house in order. He just need to set his house in order. He can marry as many wives as he wants. Who cares about that? Now let's leave that and let's. I need care for more. By the you see what? Don't block her. Leave her alone. Two people should leave her alone. Admi I need care. Tẹ́ bá block ẹ̀ máa bá yín jà. Tẹ́ bá block ẹ̀ máa unblock ẹ̀. Ẹ fi sílẹ̀. Ẹ fi sílẹ̀. Ẹ fi sílẹ̀. Yes, promiscuity is not the same as polygamy. It's different. And if he's being promiscuous, he's being promiscuous. You understand? So, having said that, that's all I need to say. They need to just shut all these mad people up. They need to silence them. They need to go and have a life and fix their own self and get themselves a man and face their own family and stop disrespecting the royal home like that. They need to get their stupid ass together and be focused and have some level of dignity. You can't say you respect a king and you are disrespecting the queen. Tí ó bá jẹ́ pé ayé ti dáyé ìbàjẹ́, kí ló fẹ́ fa rubbish? Kí ló fẹ́ fa nonsense tí ọkọ kábíyèsí àjàwé fi máa ní problem? Àwọn wèrè tí ò jámọ́ kókó kan ló máa bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dá sí i, wọ́n máa sọ pé àwọn kan they are from the throne. No now, ó wrong, ayé dáyé ò bàjẹ́ ni. Ó dún bàjẹ́ ni. Everything bàjẹ́ ni. All those people who are just, everybody just want to be a stakeholder, everybody just want to talk. Everybody just want to talk. I'm the last person anybody can blog. You know why? What do you want to talk about me? I have not talked about myself. You are just wasting your time. It's a waste of energy. Because we don't have any secret anywhere. We are open. You will just waste your life, waste your time. I want my mind, I don't training. Won't be worried. Kí ló fẹ́ fi blog you why? There's no shame for the shameless. Ẹ̀yin lẹ ní skeleton inú kọ́bọ̀dù tẹ́ ń kó káàkiri. Àwa ò ní. Having said that, learning objective. Having said that, the learning objective for every one of us is this. Anita Sanford. The bottom line is no one knows the real reason behind the Queen's update. Fact. Everyone is speculating and coming up with their stories. What's up? No. My worry. My worry. Yeah, my worry. My fault. My worry. All right. It's all right. Sorry, excuse me. Now, see, the bottom line, the learning objective is this.
ṣé àmọ́ pọ́ mọ́ Àbíkẹ́ dẹ̀ ní Àbíkẹ́ ó máa ń gbé báyìí fẹ́ bá close má Àbíkẹ́ Àbíkẹ́ kẹfẹ́ jọ ẹ̀sùn Àbíkẹ́ ó close mọ́ boy she's just like an errand girl ní palace èmi náà ọmọ fẹ́ gangan inú palace ọmọ ààfin gangan lèmi so Tóyìn kàn jẹ́ bí errand girl bẹ́ẹ̀ ẹ má jẹ́ kó máa feel important bọ́ ẹjọ́ ìgbọ́n ẹ má yẹ kó distract ní ẹjọ́ ẹ máa rí pé mo ń comment sọ́dà kínní ẹ̀wọ̀n ọ̀nà wọn tó rọ́ mọ̀ mí dáadáa kò dẹ̀ ní oṣù àwọn tó lè disrespect bọ́ ẹjọ́ torí ọ̀nà ẹ má jẹ́ kó distract ní ẹ̀yìn náà.
ilé ìkẹ́ ó kéré sí aláwọ̀ ìyá ẹ̀ tó bẹ́ẹ̀ ó kéré sí.
ẹjọ́ torí ọ̀nà
òun kẹ̀ ó kàn need attention ló kéré Tóyìn báwo ó kéré gan. Báwo I need ẹ̀yin lẹ́yìn full attention. Okay, well, before I go to the next thing, let's get a couple of opinions. The number to call in is on the screen. Let's just share some opinions so that I don't like preaching. For the to me, the learning objective, my conclusion is this is whatever you permit will exist. Do you hear what I said? Whatever you permit will exist. What am I making sorry? Tóyìn báwo. Àwọn tó ń da balance ìlú ni I know who that person is. Mo mọ̀ dáadáa kì í ṣe nǹkan tẹ́ máa sọ fún mi. Ó kéré gan, rubbish ni. Ó kéré gan. Before you go, Tóyìn, before you start writing your rubbish, go to my blog me. Maybe you should tell me when you are refunding my 40,000. Mo send owó sí ẹ mo rajà lọ́wọ́ mi ò rọ́jà mi ò rówó ò dá padà. Let me not talk. Ilé ó kéré gan ọmọ ni sẹ́. Kò tí ì train Tóyìn báwo. Àwọn tó gbé ṣù mí gan. Let me conclude. Whatever you permit will exist. I love Ooni of Ife as a person and I respect him. I love him. God knows I love him. He is one of in fact, the only king that I even give respect in Nigeria. That I would like. I used to like follow him on Instagram. See, I like him. The conclusion of this whole narrative is this. Whatever you permit will exist. Everything that you see playing out in this whole narrative of this marriage is a function of things that should have been addressed that were not addressed, and things that were overlooked, or things that were addressed with sentiment and familiarity. Do you hear me? Don't be sorry to insist on what you want and what is good for your life. At the end of the day, you will be a fool to put any other person's opinion above your own interests. The king is a socialite and somebody who welcomes everybody, and he wants to be everybody's person, and he accommodates everybody. So in so doing, he has accommodated Were, Asinwi, Asaba, Digbolugi, Asindemade, and all these miscreants that could have ordinarily will not amount to anything in life. They have no significance in life. They have not succeeded in anything in their life, aside from being permitted to exist with the Ooni of Ife. Ìtàkùn tó o bá fàtú tó o gé kúrò yóò padà ta okùn tó máa wọlé. Ìtàkùn tó o bá ti gé kúrò. every unresolved issues, unsettled grievances. Because do you notice that they did not mention of anything that happened now in all the story? There is nothing that they have said that is like a recent occurrence. They are accumulated grievances. There are so many marriages today that is going under pressure and under turmoil simply because there are so many unresolved issues, unresolved grievances, unaddressed issues. Some that you don't like, but kó má dàbí pé ló báyé so many people jẹ́. So many people have invested millions in their business, spent time and energy to grow their business, and one person just come into your life and crash it, and you could not talk. Kó má dàbí pé. Abroad people, you send good money, hard-earned money, who will know, to Nigeria for somebody to help you do a project, and they squander it, and you could not. Kó má dàbí pé. 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 Unresolved issues, unattended grievances that just going on, because they are not even talking about anything significant that this woman has done. And I don't think this man is a bad person. Ó kó èèyàn mọ́ra, ó ṣe bàbá for everybody. That's the reason why every bastard will now be running their mouth and be putting their mouth in his issue. Who wrong? Whatever you permit will exist. Do you hear me? Whatever you permit will exist. Whatever you permit will exist. Whatever you permit will exist. This is my submission. I wish them good luck. I wish the king, I hope that he resolve this. I hope that they resolve this. I hope that they get this right, because this is highly disturbing. This is not something that should even happen. Not to talk of desecrating it to this point. It's highly disturbing. And whatever or whoever that is perpetrating this kind of nonsense should be brought to they should be silenced. They should need. It's king. The Kabiyesi don't need anybody to speak for him. It's the Kabiyesi. He's the Kabiyesi. He's big enough. He's just like somebody speaking for God. It's an insult. God can kill you for speaking for him. So is the Ooni of Ife. You can't be so disrespectful that you are fighting to defend the king. You are making more fool of yourself. You are making it ridiculous of yourself. I'm done for today. We will continue. I thought I would just address this 15 minutes and get out of it. But we've taken much of our time, so we'll continue our Beatitude series tomorrow. I want to speak to you guys on what I call the fear and the future. But we'll leave that for tomorrow. I will address that We address that tomorrow so that we can give them today. I can take 1 or 2 calls and then we'll be done. Let me take contributions. Please be mindful and be discreet. Like I said, I've tried to be diplomatic and be holistic about how I'm going to address this. For me, I wish them nothing but them resolving these things. No matter the call is on the screen, I'm done. I'm leaving. We only have like 9 minutes to go. Yeah. We have 9 minutes to go. Again, like I've always said, there is no advocate in social media. If you think you have problem, go to social media. But no matter cash cruise name. That's another thing. Nobody is interested in. We don't give a fuck about anybody online. No. And it is stupidity for somebody to say, why are they putting their mouth on it? No. Why did you bring it on social media in the first place? Nobody brought you here. You understand? Hello?
Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hi, Vikas. Mechanical systems. Am I speaking, sir?
Good Jada Nijari Tadele. You can miss a call to Badu. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Victor.
Yes, sir.
This was a very interesting program. Quite interesting. Mr. Victor, I just have 1 or 2 words to say.
Okay,
concerning this you just did now. My only concern, I'm asking my other audience on this program to please let's look at it from this angle.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really like the idea. Probably we are not mature enough to use this social media. We are not yet mature on it, especially we from Africa. I'm very sure of that. But sorry, I know those other places they do the same thing, but the way we really proclaim ourselves on social media is giving us a lot of problems. And another thing I discovered again is the idea whereby the palace will be allowing their wife having this social media posting on Instagram, Facebook is insulting, and they can easily attract a lot of things. And this Naomi issue, to me, I don't really know. I don't, like you said, the genesis of the whole thing, the what is really happening.
The real matter we never hear out.
We haven't heard anything about it. That is what I've been saying. I've listened to a lot of bloggers saying so many things.
Yeah, just saying
especially the single women on all these bloggers.
They are the ones who usually run
their mouths. They don't even know what is going on. I know something behind this is beyond what we have seen now or what we have heard about. There are things that is going on. Forget about the issue of whether the woman is there, the mother is there. If the palace is not happy, if the Oni is not happy, Oni can tell the mother not to come to the alarm. There's nothing they can do from the beginning. Like you said, palace is a very big ground. There are so many chalets in this palace where anybody can come. They allow visitors, even people that are staying there that don't have anything to do there, like just people working there, their maids. They still have their parents, their families staying with them there. It's just a very big place, very big land in Ife. So that is not even what I'm trying to talk about. The issue of this social media, I'm really concerned about it. I think there are some category of people, they should not allow their people to be using it. Because when you are in this social media, it's so toxic that a lot of things goes on with it. A lot of things goes on with it. I'm really afraid of it. I'm even thinking about it that there should be limit to some people that should be using it. I'm not saying they should be derived them from their free speech or whatever, but to me, it's causing a lot of problems. And the way we put it on, if you go to all the media now, this is just the that is there. I said, what is going on?
I don't want to
alone. They can settle their problem. I know we can talk about them because they are our king, but notwithstanding, the way people are putting it, they are not even sure of what they are saying.
And they are already judging this woman. That's the part that I don't like.
I'm telling
don't
you,
judge her.
They don't even know what is going on. You can't judge anybody on this. That is what I have been telling people. A lot of people will come like they have the solution.
Oh, people will walk away from that kind of marriage. Who does that?
I don't know. Something is beyond all these things they are saying. That is why I'm very skeptical. And I have built that thing from my childhood. I don't just put my mouth in something that I'm not 100% sure of. Telling somebody that is how it is. When you mentioned something that was so funny, I was laughing. I said, "Oh, Mr. said this. You know, Nigerians, we are so gullible, and the way we put some things, words, figures. Yeah. At times, I'm so shaky when I hear some figure. Take for instance, somebody was saying, the guy squandered about 1 point something billion. Do you know what they call billion? Do you think billion is easy to make?
1.3 billion, just like that. Don't worry, billion. Tell them to squander that they might kill you by.
People just talk billion.
What am I saying?
I was reading something on one of the bloggers. Oh, you see all this our leader? They squandered about $10 billion in a year. I said, does Nigeria generate $10 billion in a year? How can somebody hope that means everything in a year you just look it? People just make up figures.
So people are just taking more than 10% of Nigeria's entire budget.
That is why I said at times we are just using this platform.
That is more than the 10% of the entire budget of Nigeria. Exactly, is what one king now used to contract for a project.
I'm telling you. So people don't know what they are saying. Yeah, when they hear billion,
I don't know what you're looking say.
So when you say
they will
just get you to a figure. They can tell you that person is having the richest man in Africa. His whole network of money is about 18 or 20. I think he has just got up to it, which is Dangote. And now you're not telling me somebody just stole about $10 billion in Nigeria. How does he got it?
Just like
budget of Nigeria, just like that, just pick the whole thing, just scrap it up. And that is, they will be telling you that is what it took in a year. But at times when people use those words, I just look at it and say, who are these people saying things like this? But the truth of the matter is that I think people are frustrated. They just want to look for any blogger that they can be able to express. They want to use that opportunity to express their grievances in their mind, especially this woman talking about this woman here and about this. My only advice, if it is going to be hard from this over, is just to put his eyes in order.
That's it. You can't say anything to any other person. It's just him.
You just have to put a full stop to people leaking things in that palace. You know, that palace, since this man becomes the king, there are a lot of things that have been being said in that palace. A lot of things have been going on. People be saying it about this. I said, what is going on? Is this man so gullible like that?
Mr. Mwiwa.
But notwithstanding,
Yes, sir. Let me give you another direction to this. Who did you know that with his right brain that will contract 1.3 billion contract to a 25 years old boy? That guy is 25 years old.
It's not even possible. It's not possible.
Because Aburo Naomi knew. They say Naomi is 28. So a 25. Shut up, man.
And another thing is this, Mr. Vito. People don't understand how this social media work. To me, it is easy to just destroy somebody. Look, I can just disguise myself now, put on some kind of this rasta here. People will not even recognize it. Just come on here, say things, and somebody will say, what is that guy saying? He's saying the right thing. Oh, that is what happened. I can just use my discretion and put on some things and just put it on Facebook or whatever. People will be just believing it. Why people just believe it? I don't believe things like that. I sit down, no matter how you are saying it, it's hard to convince me with some certain words. You can't tell. That's why when people talk about some people say, this is what that person is doing. Are you living with that person? You are not there. You are just speculating. And you have to be very, very, very careful in making your own conclusion about that particular incident that happened.
That's right.
Just put it in a phrase. That is just what my observation. Thank you, Mr. Vito.
Thank you very much, sir.
Wonderful message. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Let me see if I can take one more. Hatred needs nothing else. Hatred needs beef. It's nothing but hatred. I think I got a call from. I'll take this last one and we'll be done. Yeah, whether elder, whether younger, that girl is 28. So you think anybody? Hello?
Hello, you called me back.
Yes.
Oh, can I talk now?
Please go ahead.
Okay. Look, as much as I don't like putting my mouth in people's marriages,
yeah.
You know, that is one thing. Number one. Number two, like what the man that spoke to you and said, you know, this social media thing. Why would you on earth bring your marriage, either good or bad, you know, to social media? You know, and then one of the third thing, the foundation is a wrong foundation. It started with a wrong foundation. So what do we expect? How can you come on social media and tell the whole world that you are divorcing? Divorcing who? What is wrong with you? Who gave her that idea? Who made her to say it? And then today, today, coming on social media is it preaching or something? I don't know what she was trying to do. What is all this social media thing about, for God's sake?
I know, right?
Every day is Naomi. Every day you open
social media. I can't tell why everybody really at this point.
When you bring
people don't want to have sense again.
Yorùbá mi kò mọ bó ṣe sọ kí ni ẹni Yorùbá ni ẹgbẹ́ra yín sáyé ẹ wá ní sáyé má dàrú. Just, you know, every day ẹgbẹ́ra yín sáyé for the whole world, for God's sake. Ẹni kò má bá yín dàrú. Ó ń pẹ́ kó tó dàrú. I'm sorry it happened, but at the same time I am not sorry because both of them caused it. You know, both of them actually caused it. And then the last thing that I will say, why would a family of a bride go with her into her marriage? Where is it done? Yorùbá wo ló ń ṣe yẹn? Ẹ jọ̀ọ́ nítorí Ọlọ́run. Igbo wo ló ń ṣe yẹn? Calabar wo ló ń ṣe yẹn? Hausa wo ló ń ṣe yẹn? À ń sin ọmọ lọ sílé ọkọ ni now. Ìyá tí bá máa gbàdúrà fún wọn ni wọ́n á dẹ̀ lọ àwọn ẹgbẹ́ ẹ̀ lọ máa mú lọ àwọn ìyàwó ilé ọkọ ló máa wá mú. Tí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe ní Yorùbá lánàá ìyá wa lọ jókòó pẹ̀pẹ̀pẹ̀ ọmọ ẹ lọ fẹ́ ọkọ wọn náà bá ọmọ ẹ fẹ́ ọkọ. That's what it means. From day one, kilo day. And if I may add this for the last one, please, the issue of the Naomi's brother. I don't understand why they only did that.
I think why don't. Hey, Bob, I don't even believe that story exists personally. I do not.
Why with all the video that they showed when he was bullying people? You should believe it, please.
Well, that story, it doesn't really establish that it happens. See, there's a video can actually explain so many things. Nothing in that video shows that he's supervising that project, clearly. He went with some other guys with some official truck from the palace to kick the workers who were working. They went to stop those workers from doing something. From
continuing the work that they stopped him from doing.
So how did he go to a project to continue people working from a project that he is supervising?
He was given the project, and then because of misappropriation on the project that he was given to do.
Okay, so he was stopped. So he was angry. And then they went there to stop it. So let me rephrase what you said. Oni of Ife put somebody else to supervise a project, and we go there to stop them, and nothing happened to him. No, yes, and nothing happened to him. Abi where in Igbenro?
Slapped me. That thing is, I will say, it's still slapping me.
Abi Igbenro died.
On the spot. And they couldn't arrest him.
My own argument is, how is that the reason why we are having these crashes in the marriage?
Why did Oni, for God's sake, allowed himself to be messed up?
Exactly. Oni afi èèyàn sí di iṣẹ́ gbé rather stop where.
Did you not see the video? Did you not stop there?
And that's why I'm saying I don't believe the video, because I don't believe that it can happen and it will slide. That's my problem.
Okay. I don't want to, but I will say I
More
believe.
confirm they
I
had
don't want
Latin
to, but I
confirm come in
believe.
my head. It's just hard to put together.
Èmi fúnra mi kékeré ara mi yìí màá ní kéèyàn kan bá mi ṣe nǹkan.
Dìdìrì kan á lọ síbẹ̀ á ní.
Wá tẹ́lò mi sí ó wá lọ síbẹ̀. In fact,
Mi dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kó mọ̀.
àbí kémi kú.
Mi dẹ̀ ní jẹ́ kó mọ̀. So èmi torí àmì ẹ̀mí 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 stories video yẹn o.
I don't know, my brother. I don't know. But could that from
the point is that they need all of them need to leave this family alone and get out.
I'm telling you.
Both Naomi family and Tioni family, they need to leave these people alone and let them figure their life out.
It's wrong foundation from the beginning, from the very beginning. Wrong foundation. Please let me go off the so that someone else can come in. It's terrible. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, yes. Who is that? Oh, this is a personal call. All right, let's call it a day, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said, whatever you permit to exist, you determine what happens in your life. Both of them need to leave this family alone. Most likely, and most importantly, the king should take control of his own family and take it out of the hand of these external factors who are disrespecting and desecrating this marriage. I hope that they get this right. I hope that they fix it. I hope that this leads into a better end. And I wish them the best, and we look forward to them resolving this and continue having a happy life. This is my submission, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for joining. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your night. God bless you.